Jwhackers, Jessie here. I am back with another video, and today's video is going to be a look at my April budget. And I'm actually filming this a little bit later in the month so I can kind of show you guys a little bit of how the month is progressing, how my budget works on a week-to-week basis, how I go back and check in with it, etc., etc. So the first thing that I'm going to do is share with you how I break everything down. So I start out with our income sources for the month, and you guys know I do not share our actual income. We're not comfortable at this point sharing how much money we are earning, but I did want to share this with you. So my husband, if you guys don't know, is a he is paid an irregular income, so he doesn't make the same amount every week. He does get paid on a weekly basis. Income that he brings in is commission-based. So we definitely do not receive the same amount of money every week. It varies greatly. So the way that I budget for it is when I sit down and write out my monthly budget, I put down the least amount of money that I am expecting for each week. This particular month is a 5-paycheck month for us because my husband gets paid on Tuesdays. And I put in our estimated income as low as I think we are going to come in. We have savings and stuff if we come in even lower than that we can fall back on, but in general I tend to budget very lowball. So I lowball what I think we're going to get and I create my budget that way. And then as the money actually comes in, I write out our actual income and then the variances. So as you can see, I budgeted a very low amount thinking that you know, as long as we can pay all of our bills with that, then we are good to go. So I budgeted with as small amount as I thought we could get away with, and then as the paychecks come in, I kind of adjust the budget as we go. So you can see these numbers in green here. We made significantly more than what I had anticipated for the budget, which is great. But, you know, this following week we may end up with significantly less, and then it'll even out at the end of the month. The goal is to always come out ahead, and to never come out behind. If we come out ahead, then that's great. But that's just the way that I do it with a variable income, and that's the way that I recommend that you do it. If you have a variable income, just budget for the lowest amount you have ever earned, and make sure that you are not overextending yourself, living beyond those means. And then if you have extra money, fantastic, you can then use that money to pay off debt or go into savings or whatever your goals are. So I didn't share the actual income, but as you can see, so far this month we are a little bit ahead, which is wonderful. So next up is the expenses. So here along the left side is the estimated expenses, then we have the actual in the middle there, and then the variances on the end. So as you can see, it is April 12th when I am filming this, so we are almost halfway through the month. You can see we have paid quite a few bills already, and I'm just going to go down the list of what we estimate that we will spend. I'll go ahead and tell you the actuals, where we have paid things. Some things obviously have not been entered in because the grocery amount here is for the entire month, so I haven't included what we've spent so far, but I did go ahead and write that down over here to the side so I could kind of share with you our mid-month check-in, I guess. So our first expense is our lot rent. My husband and I do own our home. We do have a small mortgage. It is a mobile home, which sits on a lot that we rent. So we have both a mortgage and a lot rent payment. Our lot rent every month is $506. We did go ahead and pay that on the 1st. That came out exactly what we anticipated, so that was great. In addition to that, we also have a water bill every month that we pay right in with our lot rent check. I always estimate about $40. I try to estimate high. And that is exactly what happened this month. I estimated that it would cost us $40. The actual bill came in, it was only $29.92. So we had $10.08 under budget. So that's great. That's something that we can use towards other bills, especially if our income ends up being less by the end of the month than what we anticipated. That, honestly, I don't think I have ever had our income come in as less than what I budget. I tend to definitely way over or underestimate what we're going to bring in, but you know, that $10 could definitely go towards that if we came in short, or can go towards paying off debt or whatever. Right now we just have, you know, a little $10 windfall there. Next up we have Netflix. My husband and I made the decision quite a few years ago to cancel our cable. We do not have cable TV, but we do enjoy some streaming services like Netflix. That was $13.99 this month. That was the estimate. That was the actual. It is going up next month to $15.99, which is a bummer, but it is what it is. I still think it's a phenomenal value. Spectrum is our internet. We do have cable internet. We just do not have cable TV. It's $65.99. That's what we estimated. That's exactly what it was, so no variances there. Love it when I hit the nail on the head. Our mortgage, I estimated $300. I don't know why I did this, because I know exactly how much the mortgage is. I was just in a hurry, I guess, when I wrote out this budget. So I just jotted down that it was going to be about $300, even though I know that my mortgage payment every month is $281.91. So when it came time to pay that, I just went ahead and paid the $300, paid a few dollars extra. Definitely no harm in that. So that was $300 exactly. Hulu has not quite come out yet. That's actually due to come out today. It's an automatic payment, and that is $5.99. I know that that's going to be exactly what it is, but I always wait until the bill actually has cleared my checking account before I write down the actual amount. So there's that. Boost, my husband, children, and I are on an unlimited plan through Boost Mobile for our cell phone service. 4 lines, unlimited everything, talk, text. We also have hotspot capability, and that also includes a $10 a month charge where my husband financed his cell phone, and that was actually the last payment for that. So next month this will go down a little bit. But for this month we paid $130. That's what we estimated, and that was the actual amount, so that's phenomenal. We have a truck payment, which is $300. I've already made that for the month. We're actually a little bit ahead paying our monthly bills, since we got a little bit more than we anticipated with our income, so that's phenomenal. So we went ahead and paid our truck payment for $300, and then our camper. You guys know, last summer, or early summer, late spring, somewhere in there, we purchased a travel trailer that we keep on a annual campsite, and we go there all summer long. We're so excited for camping season to start, but that camper payment was $200, so we went ahead and paid that as well. So car insurance comes out towards the end of the month. We estimate that that'll be about $203.32. That is not just full coverage on our car, but that is also, or our truck rather. We have a F-250 Super Duty. So that's full coverage on that, as well as the insurance for the camper. So that covers all of that. We also have a separate motorcycle insurance. My husband does have a motorcycle, and he has full coverage on that as well, and that's, we anticipate to be about $30.83. That's what it was last month, so I don't anticipate it going up from there. Michigan Gas, that is our gas, home heating bill. We are on a budget plan for that, so we know that every month our bill is going to be $49, and that's exactly what it was. I've already gone ahead and paid that. DTE is our electricity. Once again, we are on a budget plan for that. It's great. They take your previous year's spending, all of the usage, and then they divide it by 12, and they give you a budgeted plan. So your bill remains the same every month. They redo that estimate once a year. And if you used more than that, then the payment will go up a little bit. If you use less than that, the payment goes down. But it's a great way to always know what to anticipate in terms of your energy bills. Love that. If you guys have a budget plan available to you through your providers, I highly recommend that you do that. For grocery this month, because it is a 5-week pay period for us, there are 5 paychecks this month, we went ahead and budgeted $125 each week times those 5 weeks, and we got a budget of $625. And is that right? Let me just look at my calendar here, or calculator here. Yep, that's right, $625. I don't know why that seemed wrong to me. We are on the 12th of April, and as of right now, we have spent a whopping $403.82 in groceries. So we have used up quite a bit of that grocery budget already. I don't know what it is about this month. We just have been going over the groceries every month, so I definitely need to keep in mind my spending and try to reel it in over the next few weeks of grocery shopping, because we are dangerously close already. You know, that number is a little bit too close for comfort for me in terms of where we are at in the month. So hopefully we are not over in groceries. Fingers crossed. Next we have gas. So just like with groceries, I take the number of weeks in the month and multiply that by $50 a week for gas. So that means that I allotted us $250 for the month of April for gas. And the way that we do gas is we put whatever we need to fill up our gas tank every week when we go and do the grocery shopping and whatnot. And then if there's anything left over from that $50, we stick it right in a gas fund. We tend to spend more in gas during the summer months when we're going back and forth to soccer practices and you know, we're just getting out and about more. We're going back and forth to our camper, etc. So during these winter months, we don't tend to drive much at all. So I may only need to put $20 that week in my gas tank. And so rather than taking that extra $30 and just spending it willy-nilly, I set it aside for summer gas. So, so far we have filled up twice. And so that means that we've spent $100. Not necessarily 100 of that went into the gas tank. Some of that went into the gas fund, but either way, we are right on track with gas. We never go over on gas. And hopefully, by putting this money away for summer, we won't go over in the summer either. Fingers crossed. That's the goal. For cash, that's my husband's spending. He gets $50 a week to do whatever he wants with. Whether that be going for a cup of coffee or going out to lunch, or he's a smoker, so he buys his cigarettes. That's his money. I personally do not take any spending money. If there is something that I want or need, which does not happen very often, I will just budget for that ahead of time in the month, or I will take it out of other areas in our budget if need be. I'm a homebody. I don't tend to go out very much. I don't tend to need or want for anything. So I don't need spending money at this point in time. If I ever feel the need to take spending money, I can obviously build that right into my budget. My husband encourages me constantly to take money for myself to spend, but I just don't find that I need it right now. So why take it and spend it frivolously if I'm not wanting for anything, right? So that is the cash spending. So far, we have had 2 paychecks this month, so we have only pulled out, I wrote $50 there, but it should be $100. $100 he has spent so far of his $250, and we're right on track with that. For sinking funds, I have set us up to take $675 out for the month of April to put into our sinking funds. If you are not familiar, sinking funds are basically just little savings accounts, little bits of money set aside for expenses that you know are coming up throughout the year. Not necessarily things that happen monthly, but things that happen on a year-to-year basis. Whether that be oil changes in the car, grooming for our dog. We have a sinking fund set aside to pay our annual campsite, Christmas. I have done a whole video talking about what we are saving for in terms of our sinking funds, and actually that's changed a bit since then, so I may do an updated version at some point, but we just have a separate checking account that we have titled sinking funds, and every week I put a little bit of money away for those things that come up inevitably, you know, back to school shopping, etc. So $675 is what I anticipate we will put aside for the month of April. Hopefully that goes well. We definitely have been using our sinking funds and really enjoying them. We just purchased all of our Easter stuff through our sinking funds, so that's working out phenomenally. We love the sinking funds. And lastly, we have, oh, you know what? I forgot a line item in here. I need to enter miscellaneous in here. Lastly, though, here we have $460 going towards credit cards. That's our minimum payments as well as the anticipated snowball amount. We are actively trying to pay off debt. I have not disclosed how much debt we have, how many credit cards we owe, anything like that. It's just kind of personal, but this is what we anticipate putting towards credit cards. That's a pretty big snowball payment, so I'm excited. Hopefully that works out. If you guys would like me to come back at the end of the month and kind of show you how we did in terms of our budget, I'd be happy to do that. But that is everything that I anticipate us spending money on this month, with the exception of that miscellaneous fund. I'm going to throw $100 into our budget just for anything that comes up. Things like, I don't know, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but anything that I didn't think to budget for. You will notice that there is no eating out line item in my budget this month. We promised ourselves that we were going to try really hard not to eat out in the month of April. So far, so good. We're 12 days in. That's like a new record for us. We've gotten a little bit overzealous with our eating out lately, so we decided to put the kibosh on that in April. So that is a look at our monthly budget, kind of our mid-month check-in, if you will. Like I said, let me know if you guys would like to see me come back at the end of the month and share with you how we did in total in terms of our budget. I'd be happy to do that. If you guys like budgeting videos and would like to see more, give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you are doing with your budgeting this month, because you know I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe so that you never miss a video. It helps me out so much when you guys watch and like and comment. It really lets me know that you're really enjoying the content. So please continue to do that. Or start if you haven't been doing it so far. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!